Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Running with Alicia. I'm Alicia, a doubly certified run coach, here to teach you some things about running. I'm glad you're here, now let's get into it. Hi friends, on today's episode, we're going to talk about cold plunges, cold showers, ice baths. So what is a cold plunge? It is a type of cryotherapy that helps with so many benefits for runners and athletes and everybody in between. So there are things like ice baths where you have your regular bath at your house or wherever you are and you place ice in it. There's cold plunges where you have a facility where there's a cold plunge tub, or maybe it's going into the lake in the wintertime if you're up in the northern states or in a cold country. And then there's also cold showers. I have personally been doing cold showers for well over a year now. My friend Jess, who I actually met through the Roadrunners Across America coaching training, we were in it together. She had a challenge back in February of 2023 to do 30 days of cold plunges or cold showers and see the benefits. At the time, I was struggling again with my mental health. My anxiety was really high, and every day I was having panic attacks. So I was desperate to find something that would help me. So when Jess presented this challenge, I was like, all right, I'll give anything a try. She talked about the benefits, which we'll go over in just a little bit. I promise we'll get there. But she talked about the benefits, one being that it can help your mental health. I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. What does it hurt to try it? So what I did and what I recommend for people to do when they're starting out with cold showers or cold plunging is to start with 30 seconds. Go into your shower, turn it to cold, and do 30 seconds. If you have a Garmin or another watch that has a timer, otherwise set it on your phone, 30 seconds in the cold water. Now, 30 seconds might seem like a lot. It might seem like not enough. I was able to move up in the first week to the 2 minutes that I'm at and have been at for over a year. But you want to work your way up. So start with 30 seconds, see how you do, acclimate, get used to the 30 seconds, and then move your way up. I personally do 2 minutes every day, and it has literally changed my entire life. It has made me happier. It has helped my mental health tremendously. Now, why does it do this? It increases your dopamine, or your happy hormone. By doing the cold plunges or the cold showers, that's one of the benefits, is that you'll naturally feel happier and it will help relieve some of that stress and anxiety. Now, before we get into the many benefits that cold plunging and cold showering has, I do want to mention that if you are somebody who has any sort of medical conditions, if it is high blood pressure, heart problems, if you have seizures, if it's anything where you can go into shock easily, please consult with your doctor before doing any sort of cold shower or cold plunge. I also want to mention, when you go into the shower, you can go from warm or hot water to cold, but don't go back to warm water. When you go into the cold, it causes your body to go in what is known as cold shock. If you go back to warm, it can cause your body to go in full shock, and we don't want that. So just make sure that when you are going and doing your cold plunge or your cold shower, to let your body warm naturally. You can have some warm coffee or tea after, just dry with a towel, but don't go back into the hot water. All right, so we've talked about what cold plunging and cold showering is, but let's actually do a cold shower and I will tell you the benefits about it. All right, so we talked about how it can be super beneficial to your mental health and help reduce anxiety and reduce stress, but it can also help to constrict those blood vessels to help with inflammation and pain. So when the blood vessels are constricted, it helps reduce that inflammation and those pain symptoms. So if you're somebody who lives with chronic pain, or if you're a runner like I am, cold showers and cold plunging can be super beneficial to help with that inflammation that you may have from the activities that you are doing. So with this, it can also reduce DOM, or delayed onset muscle soreness. As athletes, we can have delayed onset muscle soreness 1 to 2 days after we do an activity. Anybody who does stuff in the fitness has probably experienced DOMs at some point. so it can reduce the DOM symptoms as well. The last three things that it is beneficial for is it can help with your sleep. So if you're somebody who struggles with sleep, I know that I did for many, many years, it can be super beneficial to help aid in your sleep. The next thing that it may do is increase your metabolism. It helps to produce that brown fat, which is the fat that burns calories. So it could potentially help increase your metabolism. And the last thing is that it can help to increase your immunity. So I encourage you to give this a try. If nothing else, it will be a nice, cold, refreshing shower after a hot run. But I do want to mention that it is beneficial to start with cold showers because most showers tend to be around 55, 60 degrees. Whereas if you do an ice bath or a cold plunge into a industrial cold plunge, it is going to be a lot colder. So get your body used to being in cold water and experiencing that cold shock before you do an industrial type cold plunge. I hope this helped you learn some about cold plunging, cold showering, or ice baths. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you aren't already, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed. Happy running.